All right, my friends, thank you for joining me on another Let's Talk with the Doc. I'm excited to be here as always, and I'm glad to have you with me. I have with me tonight the inimitable, renowned Jabez, and I can't wait to talk with him tonight on Let's Talk with the Doc. So hang in there, my friends. When I come back, I'm going to be talking to the brother. ORB Ministry presents Let's Talk with the Doc. Grace Without Borders podcast. A thought for you. Ask Pastor. And a whole lot more. You never know what's next or who will join the conversation. All right, so here we are, and I am with brother Minister Jabez, and I'm excited to have you with me tonight. Welcome to Let's Talk with the Doc, man. Good to have you.
Good night, Bishop Beckford. How you doing?
I am doing good. How about you?
Well, I'm doing excellent. Um, Giving thanks every day, in spite of the many challenges that we face around. I always wake up with a smile on my face,
It it,
to
it
face the
looks like
day.
it looks like you keep a smile on, which is a good thing.
Definitely, definitely. So we're giving thanks for that.
All right, man. I'm excited to have you. I never, life cycles go around, and you never know where you're gonna end up. So I'm excited to have you with me, and let's start with the doc. I never dream that I would have Jabez on my program. I never dream because all I know about Jabez was like, oh, the albums. We have about Jabez, only the music. So I'm excited to have you talking with me tonight, so I can get to know the man a little bit more. You have a couple of songs that are very intriguing to me, and I play them when I used to do Let's Talk with Doc. I love to play your music. But we'll get to the music part, later on. So we want to get to know Jabez. Tell me about the man Jabez or Clive Provost, and when did it get? But tell me where you were born, where you grew up, and I can like journey with you from childhood days to find out what life has been like with you, how you get to where you are. So tell me from the beginning days down in the parish of St. Catherine.
Okay, let me say good night to your viewers and your listeners, wherever they are around the world. Yeah, uh, you know, there's one thing about every Jamaican that they know where it's not hard to know the name of where I am from because Miss Lou made it so popular.
Oh yeah, oh Linstead Market thing, right?
Yes, man. And if you're in the folk back in the day, every child growing up, you'd hear Kami Akiga Linsid Market, Nata Kwati. Was
Believe me, I was singing that one earlier this evening. Like say that is so memorable in the mind of everyone. Kamiaki got
everybody.
instant market. That is one that we can't
Yes.
forget.
So we want to big up Miss Lou for actually, popularizing our community, Linsid and its environs, and in wider St. Catherine. You know what I mean?
Actually, before you get into Jabez Born and Grow, what have you discovered about um, the history behind that Linstead market thing? Before we miss that, what have you got a chance to look at what's the story behind the Linstead market thing?
Uh, I don't have the full understanding of it, but what happened is that because of all right, Linseed is a center, right, of the community, and not only that, it's surrounded by you'd never know. You have Geisel, would produce a lot of ground provision and and vegetables. You have Craft Hill, Lidersville, so and then you have a lot of farming communities. So I realize that now, whenever you have your farming community so near, and Linstead is the center, I believe that everything was brought down into Linstead, and that's where most of the transaction and the trade will take place. And so as a result, Linstead became the center of those transactions in the vegetable, in the food industry, ground provision, the
Mm.
ackee and the orange, the cane.
Cane
And
for
so
sure.
as a result of that, now people come from all walks of life to shop on a Tuesday. The
Mm.
Tuesday market was the biggest market. Just like you say, you had Falmouth on a Wednesday. Linstead Market became the market in Jamaica on a Tuesday. And
Mm.
everybody, I don't know, from everybody, different vendors from all walks of life, knows about Linstead, knows that this is the place to be for people who want to buy stuff and so on. So when Miss Lou actually saw that, but when she sang, it said she can't make Aki go Linstead Market. Lord, what a night, what a bite. And that's a quantity.
Yeah, yeah, not that quantity would sell, so
But, nowadays, I'm telling you, as soon as the Aki goes out into Linstead, they're finished. 2 years ago,
well,
no, I could hardly get Aki.
okay,
you know
okay.
so yeah, so I think that's it derived from the mere fact that it was a real market district where a lot of farmers brought their produce, and that's how I think Lindsay became very, very popular. In
Okay,
fact,
all right.
you have a Aki that's on the market now in the can Aki, the tin one,
Hmm.
and it's named Linstead Market.
Really?
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
really? They actually label it Linseed Market?
yeah, they call it Linstead Market. And you know what? I am so disappointed because I believe, and I'm not taking away from those people, but when they have vision, they have vision. They would sort the vision and use that name, Linstead Market, and now they own that name. So I can't go there and do something named Linstead Market now because they own that name. You can imagine it should have been owned from somebody who was born in the community. So
Well. Too late. Too late. You're gonna have to play catch up. You're gonna have to play catch up.
definitely, definitely.
All right. So tell me a little bit. Tell me about the story of the journey of Jabez. Let's begin. Jabez was born in Linstead area, St. Catherine. What was life like? Siblings, parents. What was the family dynamics? What was the story around Jabez when did you get Jabez?
Or before I got Jabez?
Yeah, you weren't born Jabez. You were
No,
born
no.
Clive, right?
Clive Morris, yes.
Okay, so let's get the Clive part before we get to Jabez.
Well, I heard that I got the name Clive because my father said he had a friend named Clive, and so grew up born in Linstead, St. Catherine. It was seven of us, and
Seven.
yes, yes, five boys and two girls,
Okay.
and it was a rough upbringing. I mean, always, you know, going into some rent houses where landlord and my father never agreed because he was a man that drink him liquor. I mean,
Oh.
he was good friend with Ray J and the other person. So he's a man that drink him liquor. So we were boxed around like many communities, man. We were, because of the drinking, and then as a result of that, so life was kind of challenging. I mean,
Mhm.
poverty, like many
Wow.
Jamaicans who have been through, poverty. I remember we occupied a house. The last house that we occupied was a captured land piece of house.
Hmm.
Captured. It was captured.
Wow.
In fact, a man that was also mental health was living in there. In Jamaica, we call him madman because mental health came
Yeah.
about
Yeah,
just
that's what we
recently.
call
But
him. Yeah.
in Jamaica, we say yeah, madman.
Madman. Yeah.
So what happened now? My cousin, God bless her soul, she was living beside the house, and it was a broke down whole house, and she informed us that the madman come there and sleep at night time. Man, we just go there one day and just drive out the madman and just occupy the place, you know.
Really?
Yes, because really and truly we never had anywhere to stay. I mean, at the end of the day, we were boxed around because of we have to be moving from different rent houses because my father and those other people there was never an agreement, you know. So
Hmm.
it was really rough. It was really a challenge. My mom was a housewife. She do a little work, at the AMC market in East Avenue back in the day. And then she used to do a little washing and so on for people and all that kind of stuff. But she couldn't manage, because mom was a bit sickly,
Hmm.
from because
Hmm.
and so that was a situation. So we it was one parent that was providing, which was my father. But then again, I don't want to, them say don't speak ill of the dead, but as a father, you have to take care of your kids from they're born. I mean, and there are times when you go to the rum bar and drink up the money before you spend it on your kids, and that's not good.
Wow.
So
Wow.
I wrote a song that you see my glory, but you don't know my story. You see my rain, but you don't know my pain. So as a result, that's why sometimes I come up with songs like those, and so it was
Okay.
hard in Linstead, man. I mean, we're boxed around as children. People take advantage of us, because of poverty. Poverty
Hmm. Hmm.
is a
Hmm.
thing where, although some people could be poor, but you have to be poor and proud. And we were poor, but it's not like we weren't proud, but we were just taken advantage of, vulnerable to the community. And
Right.
because if they had respected your father, you see, the man is really the head,
Hmm.
Out any community. Nobody can take advantage of your children if you, as a man, is respected in the community.
And
It's when
that's
you're
true.
respected, they have to respect your kids.
I
And
agree.
so it would mean, growing my kids, I grow my kids in that I am respected in the community. So as a result of that, now, nobody can mess around. Nobody can mess around with me and the kids because they have to respect me because I live a respectful life in the community. So as a result, it was from for poverty, I went to Lindsay Hall School, and again, then I did my first presentation as a singer at the age of 12.
So hold on a second before we get where you fall. Where do you fall in the group of the kids? Younger, older, middle,
I'm third to last.
third to last. Yes, you're smack in the middle.
Yeah, right,
Kind of.
third to last. Almost, they have two after me, a sister and a brother. But you would never know because I'm always acted mature from a young age, always
Okay.
a
All right.
mature guy. So, from I was a teenager, I was mature in terms of, communication and, responsibility. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
So,
And that's cool.
so the
All
bigger
right.
brother, yeah.
So when did you realize that there is something about you that is musical? You have the inclination to sing. Where did that develop, and how did you discover that?
At 10, I used to hear Supply, Bob Marley, and some of that. I would just, young people singing out some song, but I didn't know I could sing.
Right.
But I know I loved music. Once I was carried away by music. Once I hear music, I was like so happy to hear music. And then the group Air Supply from Australia.
Hmm.
That was the group that I started learning their songs. I don't know if you heard, Air Supply.
I heard the name. I don't remember the songs that they sing, but the name rings a bell. I kind of find it strange that somebody would be attracted to ear supply from Australia and not to reggae. So tell me how that happened.
No, because what was playing on the radio at the time, reggae wasn't really playing a lot.
Okay, okay.
I mean, and then even with the sound system, they weren't playing a lot of reggae either. Reggae was actually not on the forefront. I'm telling
What
you.
time of that are you talking about? Because that what time of it? Because I'm before you.
No, you're talking the early 80s,
Um,
early 80s.
okay. Because when I was growing up, we
Probably,
have we
Pastor
have
Bishop,
we
you
have
go to church. You probably going to church, so you don't know.
no, 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 no. I spent a lot of dance all time in my
Really?
teenage. In my
Okay,
teenage,
okay.
really, I spent all
You
night at
know,
the
so
dance hall
yeah,
in
all
my
right. The
teenage.
song, one of the songs
But
called
the
All
guy the
Together.
guys the guys in my time were like John Holt and
John Holt and those guys.
John Holt and
Um,
Hugh Roy, Freddie
Uri,
McGregor, some of the,
Freddie McGregor.
those guys, Peter Tosh,
Gregory's one of my favorite. Gregory, I,
yeah,
that's
Greg
one of my
Grimes and
favorites,
Peter
man.
Tosh, those
Yeah,
guys
those
were,
guys.
yeah. Uh, Bob
Yeah,
Marley and the Wailers were out long time too.
yeah, man. Bob was there. I used to listen to Bob.
And they were like the hard and soul. But again, you're talking about coming on radio as opposed to dancehall. Okay, so
Right.
so go ahead.
So when I used to hear, and then some people have that little cassette player that plays the cassette on,
Hmm.
so in the community. So you'd hear this song, I'm all out of love. I'm so lost without you.
I'm so lost without you,
Yeah,
right?
I'm all out of love. I'm so lost without you. So what happened now? When we were 12, when I said we, because what happened? There's another guy that I was at Lincoln Holiday School, and I went inside. I don't know if you must remember, Marie Gotts and Uncle
Hmm.
Never Willoughby,
Hmm. Hmm. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
and so they had Colgate Cavity Fighters Club, and they will go around the school, different
I remember
schools.
I remember that, Kevin. I remember that too.
You're right, and they will give out toothpaste and those little the cavity
Right.
cleaner that you very nice, so it was good, really good. And so what happened now is that I basically, um I don't know how, but the guy that was singing with me, he was ahead of me, and he was a known singer in the school. But when they spotted me and realized that I probably was a talent, he grabbed me along, and then we went and we did the first public presentation on national radio, RJR, and that was I'm All Out of Love by Air Supply. And Mr. White,
Wow.
never forget, the principal took us in the office and said that, that you guys could be real professional on this at 12. So that was a real good motivation for me.
Wow. That's interesting. You said that I never, looking back, history always going to be there. I remember Marie Gott and Never Willoughby and this is Colgate Cavity Fighters
Like a
talent.
club,
I
right?
remember that for sure. So that's actually where you bud.
Yes, my first public presentation.
Okay. So so
Amazing.
we so we after you did that song and the principal said you guys could do something. Where did that go after that?
Okay, well, I mean, we're still singing the Kenny Rogers at school. We're just singing songs. We just love music. But I think I was taken. I was then by 17. I was taken to King Jammy's in Kingston to voice for this lady, Nana McLean. She lives in Canada. I voiced a song for her at 17, and then
Wow.
I started to leave Lindsay now, go into Waterhouse to King Jammy's, and Jammy's studio in Kingston, and started to do one and two recordings. But the problem was that I was the dominant lead singer, and the other guy wasn't really harmonizing. So the duo was never, it could never last. It would never last.
Don't sing too well because he's not a good harmonizer.
And then I'm a lead singer, so you see the difficulty.
Right,
And
right.
then so but we were recorded about 6 songs, and some weren't released. Two were released though, but they gave us the
Really?
names because I was in my uniform at Dintil. Each time I go down, I say, what are we gonna call them? And I heard one of them say, oh my god, call them schoolboys. I never loved the name because I said, what, whenever I leave school, you're gonna call me schoolboy.
Schoolboy, exactly. That's not a longevity name with any longevity
Right,
to it.
right. So as a result, that's how it was.
I
So
mean,
I was.
schoolboys are anybody is
Yeah,
schoolboy. You got to give
yeah,
me something that's
yeah, better,
identifiable.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah. They
mean?
should have. I think it could have been better.
Yeah.
But and then I started recording. So other producers started to notify me and said, "Oh man, I think you have a talent, so we're gonna produce you." You know.
Mm.
So we were sought after. Different producers hear about me and was coming in my community searching for me. You know. And so I started recording. I even went on to almost sign with Penthouse because
Wow.
I was with Jermaine. Nana McLean was a friend of Jermaine, so that's how I end up being at Jermaine studio. Because she brought me there.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
this music thing, you have somebody have to pull you.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
need you need opportunity. You need to be discovered, right?
yeah,
Because somebody up top gotta see you and say and drag you, pull you
right. So
along.
that's how I saw. So I used to see all the top stars in the 80s, from the 80s, the Admiral Bailey, the Shabarangs, the Tiger, everybody. Me just see them right there because I used to be at King Jammy's. You know what I mean? And
Really?
yeah.
Yesterday, talk about Tiger. Just yesterday, somebody posted a little clip on TikTok, and they have no longer got no longer belly,
Hmm.
and we love Tiger on that. So we actually went to find it on YouTube, and just played it because Tiger was so uniquely different.
Yeah.
So you're in the midst of all those guys in the secular world.
Yes, man. I know Admiral Bailey. I mean, King Jammy's was Admiral Bailey was a top guy at the time, and on King Jammys. I can remember I was there. In fact, King Jammys was the one who gave me my, because my mother died when I before I reached 18.
Oh, I'm sorry to
So
hear that,
yeah,
even
yeah.
though it's
So
a
that was
long
a
time ago.
tragedy to the family. So we're struggling, So as our big sister was trying to help us, and I tell King Jammys, I'm doing some exams, and we don't have any money. And he was the first one who gave me like $160 and said, pay for your exam fees, man, and thing. And so I was basically, I was getting ready for a life of just do my music because I love it.
Tell me how in your assessment, when you first got your opportunity, how did you evaluate that and say, at first sight, how did you process that and say, okay, this might be the life of Jabez or Clive?
Clive at the time,
How,
yeah.
how did you process that and say, okay, this might be the life of Clive, and where did it go from here?
Well, you want a life. I mean, you actually understood the life, because you realize most of the singers and the DJs, they in Jamaica they call them boss, and you
Hmm.
wanted to get a boss so that you can elevate yourself out of poverty. You wanted to take yourself out of poverty, and in return, you can take care of your family. Well, I didn't have family at the time, but like my relative, it's a boy, so I mean, hearing the song playing on the radio at the time, you feel good, man. You feel as if, boy, you have achieved something in life and you're about to achieve better. So it was a good feeling, trust me, because I'm
How did your schoolmates and other kids in the circle that are in the same place where you grew up and hear you on radio? What were the reaction, about the young kids in your age group?
listen to me, from a young age, I was like a star in the community. So it's like, even when I remember I went to a church and I sang once, I was at Dintil, and some little kids come over and they were whispering among themselves, "Oh my God, I touch him, I touch him, I touch him." You know, at school, at Dintil, I was just known as a singing prefect. I mean, I was like, everybody knew me. I mean, the community knew me. I mean, I was,
Of course, if you're back then, if
yes,
you're a
man.
singer in the community, especially a young boy, a young man, young girl for that matter, everybody
Everybody
gonna
knew
go
me.
crazy,
Yes, man.
especially if they can't hear you on radio. So that's a whole
Yeah,
different story.
yeah. So these are some of the steps that so I was actually preparing a life of secular, you know, but
Hmm.
the transition was made after mom's death, and I was traumatized and a lot of stuff. So I didn't really, and then I actually didn't pursue. I just never, I couldn't go on.
So
I think,
what happened? What happened to you? What happened to your father then? How did things go for your daddy, who was drinking, not taking care? How did it go for him? During that time when you're
he,
making your experience and your mother pass away.
I mean, he was there, but I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. In life, you have to make certain that you're there. And then by the time, because that got me late, so by the time I was in my later teens, he basically was. I think he had actually resigned because remember now he got me at 47, 48,
Okay.
and by the time I reached 16, 65, 63, I think what was it retirement? I think I knew he was retired almost before I left school, high school.
Hmm.
So you know so so he lived 10 years after my mom, because I think he died 97 and my mom died 89, so it's like 8 9 years
Hmm.
after. Yeah. So it was, I mean, we try to keep a good relationship. I mean, with him, I mean, You know, there's nothing, there's no hatred, but we were not cared for in the current, because I have friends who I saw their parents and how their parents took care of their children and with
Hmm.
respect of the community. But our dad was like an old fashioned drunkard where, him just choose a road for us, just be a drunkard,
Yeah.
but he was respected, because he was working with the Ministry of Health and he was a supervisor up by, I don't want to let some people say, you spray mosquito. So he was
Hmm.
a supervisor. So he was a respected. When he didn't drink, he was always respected. He was quiet. But once once him touched the rear, man, we are telling him, man,
Can't handle it.
the whole community, I mean, everybody know. So people say that, Clive, that's your dad. I said, no, that's not my dad. That's my granddad. Because he was coming from school one day and I disowned him because he was
Oh
lying on the
wow.
ground, drunk.
Wow.
And they were saying that, Clive, see your dad, that your dad. I said, that's not my dad. That's my granddad. As a child, you're hurt. I was at Lindsay School at the time.
Right, right,
I
right.
know, what I mean, that's his role. I mean, he brought me in the world, so I said, give thanks for that. That even Father's Day, I actually big him up and said, thank you for bringing me in the world. I mean, I wish I had a better dad though. I mean, like every kid
Hmm.
would want a
Hmm.
dad that
Hmm.
instill proper values and
Right.
respect in their life upbringing, so that the community can look up. As I said, no man can touch your child once your respect is up in a community. So, but Lindsay, it was tough. But I mean, I was expected to be the biggest thing out of Lindsay now, because knowing that I'm going to King Jammys and doing different students now. Scorpio also said, man, I want you guys to come down to what the avenue name again? I forgot the avenue and record. So people were I was out listening. I, Producers were like in drones for me.
Wow. That's interesting. That's interesting. So now you say after your mom died, then your life took a turn. You're traumatized. You're not going the same direction. So what did you conclude that you? Or how did you move forward, and what were your next step?
Well, I mean, I was with the our friends knew of me with the talent, even within the church and Youth for Christ. And the Marlins said, "Come, no man." I mean, I said, "No, man, I'm not church thing, cause why, first of all, there were no producers there at the time, and there was also well, I didn't want to go to the church none, for that for because of a lack of producing and opportunity musically, because I
Because
was,
the church wasn't a hot thing by then. Back then, the church wasn't hot.
yeah,
Music
in music,
recording
yeah, 'cause you only
wasn't
had
there.
like Grace Chillers and
Claudel Clark, maybe
Garnered,
just budding and stuff like that. Yeah.
yeah, Otis Wright, but he had migrated already. And then you come along, you had like the Love Singers and these group. Then even Your Girl was very good. Your Girl boss,
Who's that?
Lorraine Davidson, she the boss, Yeah, she the boss.
Okay. Okay. All right. All
Yeah,
right.
man, you never know that. She was the boss. I mean, she was from Prophet's Church, right? Lorraine Davidson.
I know the name. I'm not somebody that I met personally, but I think
Oh
yeah,
man,
I know the name quite
she
well.
was, and then you had Sandra Brooks who came, and you had
Sandra
Scully,
Brooks, yeah.
Scully, and then a barrage of different people that was just. So the turn, it was late because after many years still trying, yeah, Joan Flemings and those people, they really had the secular producer, which was Fab Five,
Hmm.
so they were having music going out. And then in the gospel, they never had the music going out. So that was a big setback. That was like a major setback, for the ministry, and for the group, for the talent. In fact, my community came down on me and said, boy, I've wasted my life.
Wow.
Yeah, I've wasted my life because I mean, based on the talent that I had, they believe that I would have excelled so much and would have been able to help the community. Yeah, so that's what happened. That's what
All right, my
happened.
friends, I'm talking to the renowned Jabez. Clive. We still at this Clive stage. We're gonna find out how he got to become Jabez later on, but we got him at Clive now. So we good time for you to hit your share button. Everybody know Jabez. Everybody know Jabez.
Mhm.
So this is the man. If you never see the man personally, this is the man on Let's Talk with the Doc. So I'm excited to have him. I have a clip I'm gonna play later because he was at our church not too long ago. I'm gonna play that
Mhm.
clip
Flip side.
because I posted that clip on TikTok and I just love that clip. I just have to get my phone out and get a little piece of that clip, and I'm excited to have it. I'm gonna share that later on.
All right.
But my friends, a good time for you to hit your share button
Yeah,
and
so
to
share
invite
button.
your friends to
Yeah,
join us.
yeah.
And we're
Pull up
talking
an
to the
interview. Yeah,
inimitable Clive
yeah,
Provost. I'm excited
yeah.
to have him. All right, so tell me now, after the death of your mom and the unfortunate death of your mom, where
Mhm.
did you? How did you? And the music is not. By the way, at what point did you feel like, okay, I'm transitioning from secular to Christianity? Did it Was it by because of salvation experience, or what was it? What create the transition?
I mean, the death of my mom was one, and then I had friends who used to really be like close in the Youth for Christ, so they always encouraged me to go there and always singing, you know. But they know, so
Mhm.
me a cha boy still, you know what I mean? I was like, still had my girlfriends and so on, and they were begging me to come, man, and, you know, they always encouraged me. So they were very good Christian guys, though, very good. Until eventually I said, you know what? Yeah, man, I'm gonna make a change, you know, because I was at a crossroads and all, so that's why I came, you know. But it's just that the passion for it and you know the gift and the talent that you were worried about the production, which did affected me for years though. I mean, I was really, you know, I was even tempted to even go back because one of the time is that, you know, the guys with my ear now, they start to realize that their potential in the dance hall and the reggae, and they were started to make money. I remember this guy, he went on the first store that he went and he bought a little starlet, and me I tell you, say, oh my goodness, I made it ever walk on my foot. And it's not that they were better than me, it's just that, you know, it was crazy. It was crazy. Well, you know, Father keep you, and you know, sometimes you want to do something that maybe, you know, you never know exactly what would have been the road, you know. So you still have to give thanks that you survived those 8 years when you weren't doing anything until you start. So it was later on down I started to do one and two. In 1999, I started to do my own little production, and that's where I started. Say, listen, me, I am definitely late at, you know, at 29, but I had to push still, and you know, and work. Then I met Gift and Summit, one of the producer. He was
Hmm.
going through some real divorce, all kind of stuff. And when he heard me singing, he was like, "Oh man, I'm going through my emotion." But someone said, "Listen, to me, that's a guy that you need to produce." And he listened, and that was 2004. And I did my first major US event 2005. I think that was Resurrection by Pastor Martin.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
that was the first time. Yeah.
okay.
And then I started to do different places now, and you know, so you know, as I said before, I did that. The producer, he was the one who encouraged for the name change because it was Clive Provost, and people could not remember the name. I even tried to use the initial of MC Provost. It wasn't working. And then he said, you know, let's enter the JCDC festival, put the name out, and put the album out. And from I put that album out 2004. That was when I, you know, things started, you know.
So what triggered the Jabez?
Okay, the name.
What's behind Jabez?
All right, the name. I got the name after 9/11. You know, what happened? It was 2001. I was coming from Toronto. I went to Toronto. I remember I went to Toronto.
Hmm.
And after coming back, somebody gave me a piece of paper and said, you know what, you could read that while you're at the airport or on the aircraft. And I read this story about Jabez, and I said, oh my God, what a story! I said, Jesus, this story is a great story, man. I mean, but then again, I'm no fool, but I understood that the name means pain. I bore you because you were born in pain. So I understood. One senior recording gospel artist said that this man is a madman, you know, because him name himself Jabez. You know what Jabez mean? I said, of course I know what the meaning of Jabez is. I'm no dunce. I'm a dental graduate.
Okay.
Understand me?
All right.
Yeah. I'm a man that went to the Billy Graham School of Evangelism. Don't go, don't play. I'm not. What I'm telling you is that I look beyond the pain. I look
Hmm.
beyond the hurt. I look beyond all those stuff, and I said, you know what? At the end of the day, look at this. He prayed and asked God to bless him. And I look at my life, what I was going through, what I've gone through. I said, my life also has been a painful experience, been
Hmm.
struggling, been through so much. And as a result, so I look beyond the painful part of the name and accept the blessing part, which how that thou will bless me indeed and enlarge my territory. I don't
Well, yeah, well, the truth is that with pain comes gain.
ah
With pain comes gain. So it's the same man,
yeah.
right? It's the same man. He has his dark places, he has his deep valleys and his bad moment. But then the end result is what we're looking at. Not stuck in the bad part, but we're
Yeah,
gonna climb out
yeah.
of this place and get up to the top.
So that's how I was fascinated with the story, and that's how the name came about. I was really fascinated. I was saying, "Oh my God, this is a I've never heard this story in the Bible. I mean, there's so many stories in the Bible, but this one is just in particular. The Bible said that he was honorable among his brethren, and and then I look at it and I said, "Oh my God, this is just a sweet story." And when I
Mhm.
adopted the name, it just the name and the name took on a lot. Sorry, the name did I mean everybody. In fact, people who knew me as Clive never knew I was Jabez. I remember when the songs came out and like drinking from my saucer. Before the day's over and me blessed and the songs them just running their earwave like crazy back in the day. That was 2008, 2009. And this lady knew me from a long time as Brother Clive, you know what I mean?
Right.
And so, but she never knew I was Jabez. And when the promoter called me, because that station was playing me back in the day, 2009, 2000. I mean, listen to me, we got played like crazy. When I said people called me, hey, from Florida, man, your song, and it's just Jabez, 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 Jabez. And when he brought me into a restaurant, and then a lot of people were there buying tickets and was wanted to see me, and they said, "Ladies and gentlemen, we have with us here in the thing, Jabez." I went, "Was Kuya? Never
Clive.
even people who won the JCDC festival was amazed by the transformation and the change and the music and the breath of fresh air that came with it. It was like it took over like an earthquake. It's like a tsunami.
Wow.
That's how the music took place. Yeah, it
That's
was
good. I had a deacon, one of my deacons in New Rochelle. We were going to Sight and Sound, and man, he had a stockpile of Jabez. He was just like playing Jabez, 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 Jabez on the bus. I'm saying, he was sold out to Jabez.
Oh my God! And listen to me. This lady was like giving me the joke, that when they compiled the best of Jabez, I wasn't the one put it out. The guys who did the bootleg CD at the time, those are the guys who did it. And trust me, this guy was on the bus and was selling. So here, no, Bishop, um, if your back hurt you, this is a CD. If you go through this is every problem that you have. That is a CD. And when the person bought the CD, they was like, "No, James, oh Lord, these guys were." Listen to me. They told me, said Jabez, let me tell you something. Here, oh blessed it is. You are the number one selling bootleg gospel artist in the history of selling CDs.
Really?
No other gospel art, none, not one.
Wow.
That was the
That's
impact,
that's incredible.
none whatsoever. Because you hear it from the guys who sell on the road. One guy was saying that, listen, man, when those songs were hitting, Jabez made just sell $200,000 worth in them.
Wow.
People were just people were just rushing to see. Listen, we've never seen anything like this. These are the bootleg guys. These are from the guys who are on the street now.
Right.
So the impact was tremendous. It was a turn.
The name was really catchy too, and the sounds were really uniquely different from everybody else.
Yeah,
And say there's something in the voice of Jabez that that was a little slower, that's different from everybody
Yeah,
else.
it was different.
And so there's something unique about it. Was that intentional, or was that adaptive, or something uniquely given? How
No.
your style of singing, was that created by you, or does something innately happen?
Well, I mean, I think it was given to me, as an inspiration. I mean, it was an inspiration that I got. I mean, just can imagine you basically, you know, you came on the scene like that, and it was like a really better for sure, man. I mean, even me, I was in awe because I remember when I did over the song "Drinking from My Sauce" and they were playing it in the market in even Linstead, and I said, but I didn't give them the CD to actually. And when the guy was playing it, my own song was drawn. I was drawn onto the music. It was captivating. It was. People are asking me, "Do you know the impact that your songs have on us?" I don't think you even know the impact. You know, the testimonies are like numerous. When I did "You Are Healed,"
Hmm.
these testimonies are the strongest testimonies in music because what you find happening is that the amount of persons that were like sick and came with their testimony, it
Hmm.
was unbelievable.
Wow.
I've never heard. And then, a lot of folks were really, I'm telling them, I mean, I think it was just a big inspiration that was given, divinely. I don't think this just like somebody just run and somebody sing like this. It's not the most melodious voice, but once you hear something that comes out, you know, it propels a level of I don't know. I don't know how to say it. It's indescribable right now. But the effect that it has on the listeners and the people who are hearing it, I don't know. People call me from all walks of life and say, "Man, I don't know what you're doing, but whenever I hear this song, it always inspires them."
At the end of the day, that's what really matters, right? What really matters is the effect that you're having, the impact on lives, and how people are, how it's resonating with people and how they're responding to it. That's what really matters. And there is something unique about your songs, and I have caught onto some of those songs. A few of them are my are favorite songs. Some of them are just really, really some of my favorite songs. And one of the most recent was when I heard "Cancelled."
Oh my God.
uh, I play "Cancelled" so many times. When I used to do 95 Degrees with the Doc, I play "Cancelled." When people make prayer requests, I take myself out with my last song as "Cancelled," because it had such impact. So yeah, those songs were unique. Now, tell me about your inspiration. Basically, some of your songs, normally people write books, or do poems, or do music songs if they're songwriters. Some they do them out of experiences, struggles, pain, high moments, low moments. Tell me about some of the inspirations of some of your songs and what inspired that one particular.
Well, some of my songs are throughout my experiences that I've had. My experience also, I've seen what people have been going through also because
Hmm.
even when I was writing "Cancel," what happened, we always hear people pray the prayer and said, "Oh, our Lord, we cancel this, no God, we cancel the plot of the enemy." I said, I've always heard it being prayed, but I've never heard it in a song. So just like that, I said, I need a song that they pray cancel, but they never sing cancel. So when I brought it to the producer and I said, every plan that the enemy has to destroy you is canceled.
I just
In the
love
Lord.
that. I love that.
You shall live, you shall live. Oh, it's canceled. Just like that. So the producer said, I don't believe that's your song. He said, no, 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 I know yours. I said, oh, you mean in my song? I mean, wrote the song. The Father give me. So I wrote the song and trust me, the testimony was like somebody called Love 101 in Jamaica. The person was about, they called me and said, Jamie, listen to me, people. they call me amount of things that cancel. So just like your heel have that impact,
Right.
cancel was having that impact. Not only the cancel have impact, the song before that one was before the day is over. Before the night is through.
For the night is true.
Those songs like it was like some people their faith was up, cancel. Drinking from my sauce, I was adopted, but trust me, that song was. I mean, when they had the earthquake in '80, when the thousands of people had died, I heard
Mhm.
that IRFM play that for almost 3 hours.
Really?
They could not stop playing the song.
Wow. Wow.
Even in Love 101, every afternoon, they play Cancel. I heard still, when I shared that on Gospel JA Reload for the very first time, without me singing a line, and the keyboard player coming on, ba da 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 da, ba da da, bam bam. Everybody was like, oh, people were like, bowing up, people were like, just the instrument that started. I didn't even start my vocal yet. And then when I started, I said, every plan. Oh, no song I've ever seen any song like that had an impact instantaneously like that. And I'm in the music business. I don't want
I
to
tell you,
sound
I love. That's
conceited.
what.
I don't want to
That's.
sound conceited, but the records are there. When you go Gospel Reload celebration and you see the first time after the radio station promoted and they put it, no, the impact that it had, it was oh my god, overwhelming. I could not even me. I was like, Jabez, what are you? You're in a different realm, with a,
All right. So let me ask you now. So looking back at okay, trying to transition from secular to gospel, and the lull that you had, those years of nothing happening, and now to see where this reached in terms of the impact that you have in the ministry to the lives of people. How, when you look back, how do you assess that and say, my dark moments now come out today? I'm just trying to find words to put into that. How, because you're a smart guy, how do you sit back and evaluate, you know do you say, God, it was worth it, those dark dull moments when nothing was happening, when you were transitioning me? Now I'm looking back, God, what a blessing. I'm so glad I waited, I suffered, I struggled, but look at where we are now. How do you assess that and come to a conclusion?
well, I sit down and I assess and I said, you know what? Even though, even though financially on the secular scene, I would have and I could have.
Mhm, mhm,
I look back into myself and said, what if all of that accomplishment you had it, but something happened to you and you lost your
mhm,
life or your
mhm,
soul. So at the end of the day, um, that takes comfort. And a pastor said to me one day, and he said that, Jay, you may not win those awards like so many of these guys, and sing a lot of stuff. Uh, are you seeing me good?
yeah, I've seen you, I've
Okay.
seen
But at the end of the day, the greatest thing is that people were sung into the heavens. And they
you.
said, listen, take note of that. This is something that I'm telling you. Always, whenever you're going through that motion and saying that, boy, you could have, what could have been, always remember that what you're doing now is greater than what you would have accomplished 10 years before you basically, during the times of struggles and the times of pain. So, I take comfort in that. And then, when people call in and say, you know what, we really enjoy the music. And people call and say, oh, my life has been changed. I have been baptized because of you. People call me, my messenger, they said, my life has been changed because of you. Your ministry, your singing that God has blessed you with. So I take note. I mean, anybody who wants to have that financial blessing,
Financial stability, the
ability,
money flowing,
money
yeah.
flowing. Everybody want money, you know what I mean? But
Right.
at the end of the day, the Bible said that, what shall it profit a man to gain? everything,
The
the
whole
fame.
world, yeah.
You could have gained the fame. Look at this girl named I forgot her name in it, but she was a very popular a girl. Two girls were very popular, and you have to take note of them. Selena was one.
Mm-hmm.
That movie, that was a, and she was popular, but she was killed by her fan club president,
Mm-hmm.
and then the other one was the one that died in I think I don't know if it's the Bahamas. Was a young girl in the 2001, 2002. She died.
Right.
Alia.
Mm-hmm.
Never
Mm-hmm.
forget that
Mm-hmm.
girl. And so so you take fucking that boy, you could have actually propelled into international stardom and making millions and lose it within a minute. You know what I mean?
Or left it behind you.
Right. So these things are you have to encourage yourself and say, listen, me, no man, listen, me, I'm ready to basically, put that behind me and say, but when you see the result now and the people and the enjoyment and the still I'm still fresh in ministry, still have the passion, even though I'm doing it for what how long now? I mean the last 15 years and more. I mean, I still have the passion, even at my age. So even at my age, I don't know where my phone. I thought I left my phone. Even at my age, So, you know, doing it still, have the passion to do it for the people. It's a blessing. It's just a blessing. A
You know,
blessing.
when you're doing something that you like to do and you can see good results, then you tend not to get bored and
And look at it,
disappointed.
Bishop. Look at it. I mean, if you look at when I came here 2005 for the resurrection, that would have been eight. That's what much years ago. That's 2005, and we're what
Hmm.
2023 now. How many years?
Hmm. That's like 18.
18 years, or
Yeah.
how many? I'm just this. I still got the passion. I still um. In fact, I don't have age as much as I mean, that was like from 2005, 18 years ago. It's still me now. It's still me.
And somebody just read, "Bless him, Lord." There, that's Junie. I'm not. That must be a family man. Junie Provost said, "Bless him,
Oh,
Lord."
Julia, that's my sister, right?
Oh, that's your sister.
Yeah.
Okay. The blessings of the Lord comes in so many ways, right? God's blessings don't come in one way. It
Mhm.
doesn't. God's blessing is not only in finances, as you talk about life, health, being an impact on the lives of many other people. So there are one of these days you will see what God has in store, what He compile and pack up for you.
Yes.
One of these days, you might just open the floodgates of heaven and like you say, okay, here we are now. You've been faithful. I'm gonna dump it on you, my friends. I'm talking to Clive Provost, the inimitable, the renowned Jabez. And if you're a Jabez fan, you can put an emoji in the box there. If you're a Jabez fan, if you know any of Jabez songs, you can put a little thing in the box. I know one of Jabez song. I know two of Jabez songs, and let's see what you know. If you can put the title of the song, what's your favorite song? Maybe that's a good question. What's
Yeah.
your favorite Jabez
Amen.
song? Here we go. Good time to type it in the box. What is your favorite Jabez song? I'm gonna take a second, come back, and then I'm gonna continue the conversation with my friend brother Jabez. Stay right there, my friend. We're gonna come right back and chat with Jabez a little bit more on his story.
Impact me the most?
Impact you the most?
Oh
Which
Lord,
one? Which one maybe, if any? And I don't want to put you in an emotional spot, but which have you ever cried over any of those songs? Looking back on the reason you wrote the song.
I think songs like "Help Me to the Storm," song like "Before the Day Is Over," because I remember there was a strong testimony when I had the song. Um, yeah, somebody writing "I Thirst." Yeah, "I Thirst" was like more like that I was not adapted, but some folks who actually love that song. But "Before the Day Is Over," I had an issue many years ago, and you know, somebody reminded me, said, "Well, Jay, remember that you write that song, you know?" And I, was going through some difficulty at that time, and the person reminded me. And you know what happened? Just as the song said, before the day is over,
Hmm.
I got a breakthrough on that day. It was
Ah,
like, my goodness, look what me a word myself. And so sometimes I say, you know what? Sometimes your song, the very, very song that you write, come back to help you, strengthen you and to give you a positive take on life, and that you need to just, reach out and by faith because you wrote it already. It's activated already. It's just that you have to just grab it, man.
right.
So, so these are the stuff, some of the stuff that happens, and so all the songs, it's not like I cry, but you get emotional. When people when it affect people more than you, it's better. You know, um,
Oh,
yeah.
look at what I'm seeing up here. You know, my Cavaliers Church is in it. You know Cavaliers Church.
Yes, I've been there back in the day,
Oh,
man.
really? So you're
Yeah,
somebody from Cavaliers Church, and I share the stage with you and you last year in your first album launch in Linston, Cavaliers Youth Choir. Oh, really?
yeah, yeah. Calvary go by. Calvary's and I, we used to be very close, and I used to go there to several different events,
Really?
with all the gifts
Did you know that? Did you know that's my home church where I got saved? That's my born church, right?
Really? Oh man, we had some great time in Calvary, man. Calvary is
Cavaliers
still
is my
safe.
born church. I work on the building. We build that church. The pool.
Yeah.
We build the pool in the Cavaliers.
Cavaliers, I used to
Well,
go
they kind
there.
of move. They moved now to the street from the origin
Yeah,
place.
I haven't been there in years, like, but when I used to go there, man, back in the day, boy, I tell you, Calvary was on fire.
Cavaliers has been on fire
And that
for
group
the
at that
life of
time,
it.
when you had like Carl Gibson and the rest of guys who, all the Gibson brothers, and they were playing, and Garnett and them guys, and
Yeah.
it
By
was
the,
like, yo,
by the time they become young men, I already left. But because we used
right.
to we used to feed those guys with nipple bottles. Yeah, for sure, for real, literally.
Yeah, yeah. We had some great time in Calvary. So, and then even with Cayman, I had some great time with Bishop Lead whilst he was there, and Ida Lead.
Oh, so
We
you're kind of closely connected, man. Thank you for sharing that, Shireen. I would have never known that. I thank you for sharing that. That
Yeah,
give
man.
me
I
a
mean,
much
I
insight.
work closely with the a lot of prophecy pastors,
Oh, wow.
and
I
yeah,
didn't I
yeah.
didn't I
So
didn't know that.
yeah, yes, we yeah, man. Bishop Lead was oh my God. In fact, his song is "Before the Day Is Over," and you could ask him. And I saw your interview
Yeah,
many
it
months
was on my
ago.
program just like a couple weeks ago. Yeah.
Yeah, but let him tell you, man. Yeah, I mean, it was like,
What?
yeah, one of his favorite out there is Jabez.
What?
I used to be at the
I,
JCDC, so I know Miss Lady Lead from that time. So
oh, wow.
so I basically, yeah, man. But even Grant came, man, when they were there, I've been there twice with them, and we had great success and overwhelming
And then
turnout.
begin here. So this is what Derek Bryan said. He's the best Jamaican gospel voice in the last 30 years.
Oh Jesus, please, no,
You know what? I'm
no,
not gonna
no,
argue that.
please,
I'm not
please,
gonna argue.
please,
I am
please,
not gonna
Bishop,
argue
no,
that
no,
either.
no,
No,
don't
no,
say that, Bishop,
no,
no.
no. No, it's
By
not
the
for
way,
you to say. It's not for you
gracefully,
to say.
gracefully, I
You
accept
all you have to do
compliment.
is receive it,
I receive it in the name of the
right?
Lord. Yeah.
All you have to do is receive it. They didn't ask you to say it. Just receive it.
Oh, Derek Bryan is on the line too.
Yeah,
Derek
he's
Bryan
the
is
one
saying
said
that
that
he has
he's
been my
the best
my
in the
friend,
last 30
and all of
years.
my life has been a song that he has ever wrote, and the best songs ever of
Oh,
me.
really?
Yeah.
Well,
So one of my classmates, Derek is. Oh, yeah, Derek is on the line right now.
I think I need to get to know Derek. I think I need to get to know
Derek
Derek.
can sing, Derek can sing. We
All
used to
right.
practice together. I mean, yeah, I ask him. I encourage him to do a lot of stuff, but I don't know. He's still not started, so I'm waiting on him, to come. to do his thing, you know. So
I'm gonna play this clip now. I'm gonna play this
go
clip
ahead.
of Jabez in the last concert. We're gonna come right back and continue the conversation. My friends, keep on letting your comments coming and keep on sharing because this is your guy, Jabez, the renowned, inimitable gospel singer. Let's play this piece of Jabez. And listen, I play that. I played. I just grabbed my phone and recorded that. So that's why it's a little chippy choppy
Yeah, that's
because
all right.
it's my phone. But I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I played that
Yeah.
maybe. I played that maybe 100 times
Wow. I think I'm
because
gonna record that song. It's
I
not
mean,
my song, but I
I
yeah,
mean, I
sometimes you hear a
I
song
played
and you
that. I
like
played
that,
that
you
maybe
know?
100 times just
Wow.
for me
Wow.
because every time I played it, I
Hmm.
want to hear it again.
Oh my God.
Every time it ends, I want to hear it
Please again.
again. And so that's one of my sisters always say, pull up, pull up, pull up, just for. So we gonna pull that up just for Jabez and everybody, and we're pulling it up one more time directly. This is Jabez
Definitely.
live at Grace New Life Center a couple months ago. sweet. I ready worship it. Oh Lord, oh Lord, yeah. Everybody open up your mouths and say, I'm gonna say, I belong to you. Oh Lord, oh. Everybody come on, sing with me again, say, I belong to you. One more time, everybody say, I belong. Oh yeah, sing it. Come on, come on. Everybody open up, come on. Everybody come on, sing with me. I belong to you. My God, that's what I go down for heaven. One more time, come on, say. Nobody else, Lord of mercy. You got me DNA, you got me DNA. Nobody else got me DNA. You got me DNA, you got me. Everybody, somebody scream on the first side. I belong. Hey, believe me, I can't get enough of that one. I cannot get enough of
Well,
that.
I need to record that song. I
You,
mean,
you, you gotta you gotta record that. As I thought
yeah,
you recorded already. And by the way,
no,
that was those are my those my that's my worship team doing backup impromptu. Never
definitely.
sing with
I
the guy.
appreciate them.
Just kind
Yeah,
of
they
grab the
just falling
microphone like
on.
I said, like they rehearsed with the
Yeah,
guy. It was
yeah,
like, oh my god,
yeah.
I
But
gotta come close and get.
I know. What I want though, Bishop. What I want is that we're planning something in the future. I want us to have time to just sing because there's so many songs. People, when I came up stage, at your concert, oh, you gonna sing this song? I said I don't have enough time.
You know what? We gonna plan. We're gonna plan another time, and hopefully we can get you back in the fall.
Yeah,
So we can
definitely.
have our own thing sometime in the
Yeah,
fall. We can get an hour and a half to
yeah.
just like lay down.
Undiluted, Jabez.
Just lay
Undiluted.
down, lay down.
Hour and
I'm
a half.
looking. I'm looking
You
forward to that. A hour and a half. I let Jabez lay down. I'm
sing.
excited. I'm looking. I'm looking forward to that. So, my friends, yes, that was really, 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 really good,
Yeah.
really good,
Okay.
and it fell in place so beautifully. That's why I started recording. I said,
Wow.
man, this is good. I gotta get a clip for myself. And then I walk up front and catch my worship. I said, they come like real eye trees back up there. They're like the eye trees backing up there. I said, man, they're
Nice.
good.
Wonderful.
And when I started to go, I had to go catch them, and I said, wow, this is really,
But it
really,
was really, that
really
night
good.
was a blessing. I mean,
That was such a great night,
that
man.
night was.
That
I
was
mean,
such a
I was
great
looking
night.
for the house to be packed, man, because you see, obviously, some people don't understand. I saw somebody on the thing and said, thanks, Bishop, for sharing him because it's the first I'm hearing of him. I said, oh my God. So I still got a lot of work to do. You know what I mean?
Right?
You never know that a lot of people still don't know you, and that's a great thing about um, the ministry. It keeps you young, keeps you fresh because when somebody tell me that they don't know of me, it's like I would say, this is where he has to go and do more
Listen,
promotion.
it's a big world out there, man. It's a
Yeah,
big world
yeah,
out
yeah.
there. Sister
So,
Leva,
so
Sister Flo
for the
Levy
first
Clark,
person, for the first
Sister,
person said
yeah.
that, tell her or him. I'm more like her. Tell her that. Listen to me. I appreciate you. Welcome to the Jabez fan club. Go
Yeah.
on YouTube, go type in Jabez. All the songs, they're there for you.
So I know Flo Levy quite well. She's one of our retired ministers. They've served this church for so many years. They just retired recently. So when she said, "Please," some listeners have never heard him. I didn't know she was talking about herself too. But
Wow,
so
wow.
yeah. But hey,
That
okay,
keep
here
me
we go.
young. If you don't know me, I am young. I'm 25, and I look like about 35. So
I know.
I'm 25.
I know.
We're keeping it young and youthful, and pray for God for guidance and protection and coverage. Once we have that, listen to me, we're gonna be recording 150 more songs. We don't we're just beginning. It's the beginning of what to come.
If I knew they were gonna be if I knew if there were gonna be listeners who never hear Jabez like that, and I would have maybe get two more clips. I better get a clip. I canceled somewhere, because that's just a great. This some he has some great songs. I love his ministry. I love the passion. I love the delivery. I love the uniqueness. I just love the ministry. God bless you, man. God bless you. God bless you. All right, we are breaking open the doors. Trust me, you are destined for great. This is what your friends say here. So we're trying to slip in all of the comments in here. Everybody, make sure you hit your share button and invite your friends to listen. Those who never hear Jabez before, that clip, my personal clip, he owe me some royalty on that. Whenever I record, because I put that
Yeah,
on
that's a
TikTok, I put
nice.
it on TikTok, I put it on YouTube.
Wow, nice,
Listen, it's
nice.
on my TikTok page. I listen. I loved. I played. I tell you, I played it 100 times
Wow,
because every time I finish playing it, it's like it left an opening. I want to
wow.
hear it again.
Again, yeah. And that's the thing about ministry. When you're blessed with a ministry where you don't have to oversing or you have to overdo it, you just do it and it's appreciated. So
You know what?
that's what I love about the
Here,
ministry.
here, here, Sister Leave, Sister Clark. Hey, listen. Here you go. You can bring the brother down in the Atlantic here right now. You can bring him down in the Atlantic. Invite him down to come. He's got a great, great ministry.
Atlantic, where's that? Where's that? Where's the
The
Atlantic?
Atlantic of down in the Delaware, down that side of the
Okay, all
Northeast.
right. I'm near there. I'm near there. I mean, I'm in Maryland at the moment. So,
The Mid Atlantic area of the Church of God of Prophecy. That's where
oh,
they're
nice stuff.
ministering.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, tell her
So
just
Sister Levy, Sister Clark, you can talk to him. Find me through him or find him through me, and get him come. He's really, really, really. You would love his ministry down there. So tell them, bring him down. He's in New York, so it's a easy drive down. You can get down there. You don't have to bring him from Jamaica. Don't worry, you don't have to bring him from Jamaica. He's done right in the Mid Atlantic. He's right down there. All right. So somebody said, record that song.
photography.
You're being pushed to
Oh, I
record
can't
that
believe
song. I
Bishop.
can't believe you didn't record the song.
I didn't record it. I didn't record it.
So my friends, if you're hanging me, we're gonna take you out with that song too. We're gonna give it to you one more time for you to go. All right. So tell me, Jabez, about one of your songs that I love and I play every Mother's Day. I play this song every Mother's Day, Mother of the Year. What's the driving force behind? What's the inspiration behind Mother of the Year? What caused you to write that song? Tell me about it.
Yeah, man of the year. So to those who play the mother role in my life, and also, the sacrifices that mothers make, and as a result of that, I've been doing the Mother's Day show in Linset for 13 years.
Really?
Yeah, yes, because that was my biggest show. But I did it in New York in May. We're hoping to do it God's Plan Our Life. Everything work out well for Queens for next year. So I would say that all my associates and my people make certain that they support me. That's the major show that I do. I mean, for the area. So I know it's a very tricky day. Some people take out there, but on my show, 'cause in fact, I just confirmed Sister Judith Gale to be my guest. So we need that. We're expecting 500 people on the Mother's Day. So anyway, so Mother of the Year came about, um, with wife and sacrifice, and I just keep writing. I like to write to inspire and to 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 compliment and to tell people how appreciative I am of them, you know, who have played that role, in my life. Because there are several people who have played a motherly role, because my mom died when I was young. My sister played a mother role. My two adopted mothers, one died,
Hmm.
but they play a role. They play a role. They play roles in my life to make certain that I was on the right footing. Because, as a young person, you could be led astray at any time. So that's I listen. Sister Barnes she was like a coverage. She was like, oh, I don't want anything to happen to you. She loved me with a passion. To
Hmm.
say, listen, my son. We lost her like a couple of like about 6 years ago. I mean, she was just a darling, sweet. So I've always paid homage to mothers, and because my mom died when I was young, I had to put a smile on other mothers' face. So we always have something on Mother's Day to promote, So Mother of the Year, it came about like that. Your Mother of the Year, your children will rise and call you blessed.
Hmm.
Um, the sacrifice you made, Pray to God for your children, and so I'm always when it comes to mothers, yeah, I'm always not and it no not necessarily all biological mothers, people who play the role of a mother.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right, right.
Because at the end of the day, that's the greatest thing because you could be a biological mother and still hasn't played a role.
Exactly,
Of people who have
exactly.
dedicated themselves to sacrifice their time and their money to make certain that you are better. So so that's why that song came about many years ago. I did it at a funeral. I remember one time this Peter again, their funeral, and I tell you, I had to stop the song because they were crying, and I said, I didn't want them to cry, but they said, listen, sing it, Jay, because this is what we love. And that family loved me so much. They're like that. They adopted me really because they just love the ministry. Some people love the ministry in a way that boy, it's unbelievable. But I'm humbled by everything. Nothing has ever gotten to me. Like my head, in fact, all of my accolades, my head. Jamaican they say your head swell.
It's
It's not swollen yet because at the end of the day, it's humility. And what everything that is given to you is temporal. You know, this is your time to shine. This is your time to do what you came on earth to do. And as a result of that, you should be humble with your gift. The Bible said that your gift shall make room for you. And the gift has made many, I've met presidents, I've made prime ministers, throughout the gift. Now, most of prime ministers, I mean, like prime ministers in the Caribbean, um, you know, prime ministers in Jamaica. Through the gift, you meet them. I mean, I remember the last time I was at a function and the prime minister saw me and said, "Oh, Jabez, you're singing tonight. Oh, Jabez singing." The minister of that said, "You singing?" I said, "Oh my God, but them know me. I wouldn't know about me, But they know you, Luciana,
oh
when he
really?
met me, the singer Luciana, yeah,
I know Louisiana too.
yeah, Luciana, when he met me, he was like, uh, you couldn't believe that Luciana meet Jabez and was reacting like that. The man was so happy to meet me. I said, is the reverse or should I be? Well, in fact, the way he did it, I forgot that he was Luciana
Wow.
because it was Second Chance and I were at the hotel and he was passing, so he thought it was Jamaican. He heard some Jamaican, and when he checked, it was me and Second Chance, and we were talking, and he said, "Oh," so the guy said, "Oh man, Lucian." So Second Chance went and grabbed him and hugged him and said, "Yo man, big up picture." And I was like humble, like, see me down. I was like, "Okay, yeah man, nice meeting you." And then when the guy took him down the lobby, he said, you see that one name on Second Chance. You see that other one? His name is Jabez. And Lucian left from the lobby, come back into the room. I said, Jabez, can't believe this. Jabez, are you? Tell me, say, are you Jabez? I was taken aback. I was saying, brother, because this guy has been in the top 200 in the Rolling Stone best singer,
Hmm. Hmm.
Lucian,
Yeah.
He's in the Rolling Stone 200 best singers for a
I,
lifetime.
I, I like his singing too. I play a couple of his songs on my program
Listen to me.
sometimes. I like his singing.
They're saying that people with secular good night Susan, yeah, good night Susan. I mean, some of my folks are saying hi to me now because
I see that Pastor Jabez, so they're coming there from
shared.
all different angles, huh?
Yes, because I've shared I shared like 30 times, so so it's like they're coming in now. So what I'm saying to you is that nothing has gotten to my head, with all of that, so and I encourage even younger artists. I mean, they make it get to your head, man. Some of them they can't even talk to them. Some of them just feel elevated so high. If I'm too high, Lord, it would can.
Bring me down, right?
So I try to just stay my lane, stay humble, and just give God thanks for another day. I want another song. I said, Lord, all I'm praying for is another song.
Amen.
I did the one the other day, process. Through
Yeah, that was another good one for that night too. That was a good night, and the lead up to that, the built up to the conversation and the process. That was pretty nice. By the way, having said that, do you have any song with? Do you have music that you could see one of your songs right there live that somebody could hear that you have track? You
yeah,
have track on your
all
computer.
of my songs, yeah.
So pick up a track and find one of the find cancel.
No, oh, you want me to sing a song?
Yeah, if you yeah, I'm talking about you singing one of your songs.
I don't know what's on my phone here because my boombox is upstairs. I never prepared to sing. I wasn't really. I don't
Well, I
know a
mean,
lot
you're
about
not
it.
prepared, but that's your ministries, and you have new people never hear you sing. So maybe someone say, "Oh, I actually hear him sing live." You know,
Uh,
if you want to go find it, I could give you time to find it.
no, I mean, I could call one of my sons and ask him to take down my boombox, you know. So let me do that because it's probably better with the boombox. Um,
Okay,
yeah, 'cause it's just to take down, you know. What I mean, so we could do that. So you know, so you can go on top, Bishop. Yeah. Take my
all right.
boom.
We gonna bring back Jabez. We're gonna bring him back. Remember you on Dintil School Choir.
Oh my God, yes,
So
I was.
you've been journeying, man. You've been journeying. I'm
Yeah.
talking. I'm talking to brother Jabez, Minister Jabez, Clive Provost for the official. He has been awarded the honorary degree of doctorate in sacred music and songs, and from the God Tidings Bible Institute. He's also the past student of Dintil, as you hear that. Scholar of Billy Graham School of Evangelism. Drinking from the saucer, cancelled warrior have touched the heart of many, many throughout the world. His greatest musical achievement has been his album Reconnect made it to the Billboard reggae charts. All right, tell me about that as you prepare. Tell me about that one. Make it to the Billboard of uh reggae charts.
Yes. That album Reconnect was distributed by, well, has been distributed by Taz Records. So it made the the reggae Billboard charts. That's a good accomplishment because it's the first that time that I have gone on an official chart. You know,
Okay.
that is recognizable. You know, uh, if bootleg back in the day was a chart.
You've been falling off the charts everywhere.
Listen to me, you're talking about an estimated almost 700,000 copies
Wow.
that was sold.
Wow.
And that's no joke, Bishop. You know, it's not.
Wow. Blessings to you, man. You got a great ministry, and a lot of us love it, including myself. Javid is married for 24 years to Jillian, and have three boys, three gifted, and they've been blessed and gifted with three boys. Found our family love church in there. So you wanna say anything about that, or you or what?
I mean, that was a part of the experience of a different part of me in the ministry.
Mm.
We have actually, um, when the pandemic came, we actually closed down, but we had great.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God, we had great services. We had great time. I mean, a lot of people were disappointed for the close down, but I don't want to get into the total all of that. But I just want to say that at the time we had great. It was just great, just wonderful. A lot of people were blessed. Souls were saved. You know, we baptized a lot of folks, and you know, as a result, you know, so that part of aspect of my ministry. So it's just growth. It's just more stuff, more responsibility that
Right.
that you have been given. You know, more
Right.
responsibility.
Pray that God bless them and
Yeah, so that some people have gone to different assembly and so on. But you know, I tell people that you know every closed door is for another opportunity to come. You know, and sometimes you're shifted in a different era to do something different. You know,
right,
and
right.
so no regret. It was great, wonderful. You know, I mean, I've had bad moments, but you have also had great moments. You know, yeah. So
I was go ahead.
you know, I was able to get the system up now.
All right, so take it away.
What
You,
song they wanted? One of the new
well,
songs?
sing whatever you want. You sing whatever you feel like you want to sing. Take it, whatever one you want to take, and do it live. The brother is gonna do it for you, my friend. So thank you for joining. It's a good time to hit your share button and invite others to join. JB is gonna be live on
All right, I want to
Let's
share a piece
Talk
of my
with the
new
God.
song. Right, Process.
Process. All right, let's see.
Hey, somebody going through something. I wrote this song for you. Oh, through the process, I will wait. Ah, through the process, I will wait. I will wait. Oh, I will wait. Through my sickness, through the process, I will wait. Oh God, through the process, I will wait. I will wait for somebody tonight. Yeah. I will wait. What you're going through right now, it's not easy. What you're going through right now, it's a lot of pain. What you're going through right now, you need a miracle. What you're going through right now, I pray for you. But through the process, I will wait. Oh God, through the process, I will wait. I will wait. Somebody's waiting now. I will wait. What you going through right now? It's not easy. Oh, I wish I tell him I don't want to cry, man. This song is just man, emotional, emotional. I mean, I'm feeling it. Mm.
When you're feeling it, that's when you sing it when you're feeling it because somebody else is feeling it too.
Yeah, tell him it's another night for singing. I'll reserve that for another time. I just
Oh yeah, see, people, because there's so many people who need to hear that. Through the process, I will wait. I will wait till my change come, though after my skin worm destroy this body and in my flesh, I'll see the Lord, I see for myself. So through the process, I will wait for they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength, mount up with me. So all of those encouraging things. So that's a great. We started to feel the song, and you cut it off, man.
I'm getting too emotional.
People weren't worried if you start crying and singing. That
That's all
makes
right. I
you
mean,
that
it's
make,
not.
that makes human
Tell him
out of
that
you.
I'll sing another time. I
All
definitely
right, all
will.
right, all right, all right.
Yeah,
He broke the ice. He broke the ice, and through the process, he will
yeah.
wait.
Because what happened? I'll definitely have the mic and all that. So yeah. So I normally sing with my mic and my stuff like that. I don't sing with the
Yeah, but
And yeah.
we're hearing you loud and clear, right? And it sounded good and felt good too.
Yeah. Blessings,
Guy
man.
was coming in
Yeah,
nice and clean right here
big
through
them
the
up.
process.
Yeah, big them up, big them up, big them up, Bishop, big them up, man. Yeah.
All right, my friends, we are talking to brother Jabez, Clive Provost for the documents, and now the man has come from a long way. All right, tell me, Jabez, what would you say during this process? You're gonna sing something else, you say?
No, no,
Oh, I thought
no.
you said you were gonna sing something else. As we try to wrap this up, give me a high moment and a low moment in ministry, whatever, however you want to calculate it, other than maybe the beginning of those 8 lapse years when what you say is a high moment and a low moment.
Uh, high moment. One of my highest moment that I encountered was in Florida. Um, as I said, when that station Victory FM was playing the song, it was actually great because what happened is that it tells you that yes, finally after so many years of hard work, you basically you're seeing some of the fruit that your labor. And so I remember that tour was the best. And it's such a long time too. It's not even like it wasn't yesterday. It was like 2010, 2009, thereabout. And you know, that was the beginning of something, you know, uh, to come. And that was my one of my favorite event that I had. In fact, the promoter had to take me away from the desk because at the time we CD was in could sell CD at that time. We hit over 500 on the night CDs,
Wow.
and then I was like signing them. My fingers were tired, and said, "No, he can't sign any more CDs." I said, "Oh my God, just see that, to see how the people came out for that event and how they were
Hmm. Hmm.
outpouring. Like, boy, finally, we staffed the boy from Linstead, bust a door and come, and so that was one of my high points. Another high point is from the charted on the Billboard record chart. Low moments will be when you've done it and you're going through a dry season, and you figure that, boy, you can't find another song. You can't. You're like, your song is like you're dry. As I was singing the song, my soul need the water, and no more dry place.
Hmm.
No more dry place. The song says, "No more dry place. I need you more." No, I need you more and more. No more dry place. My soul need the water. And
You know what? I think that was another beautiful song. That was another beautiful song that you see. I love the melody. I love that song. My soul need water. That was so good at the concert too, man. That was really
oh
good.
yeah, I haven't recorded it. I'm gonna go to the producer and work out the cards, and because I mean the other day I said, to write a song. I was at a function in Florida, and Marion all said, James, you sang that. So anytime somebody say for your song, it's a good song. You know? My soul needs water. My soul needs water. Fill me, oh God. Fill me. No more dry place. I need you more and more. No more dry place. I need you more. So my soul needs water.
I love that song. I love
Yeah,
that song. No more driving. My soul need what I
yeah,
love that. I think I have a clip on that, but I didn't send it to my computer, so I can't play it. I have a
yeah.
couple of clips that I
But
just
just really,
sent
we
one
want to
clip. So
record it. We're gonna record it. We're gonna so like the one that you played. We're gonna do that. ABBA in the reggae
hmm.
style, and then My
Hmm.
Soul in the Water. So we have songs, and there's also another one that I'm writing, but it's just a melody I'm trying to put together. Said I am anointed for this, and so songs are there. Is down, but we need to just write them now and put them
And
in words.
we know once you come with the release on that one, we're gonna come back and let's
Yeah,
talk with the doc and we're gonna
yeah,
throw that one out because I love that song.
yeah,
I just
definitely.
really love that song. I
But
love
I
that
heard the song, not me alone. Like how these guys have the elevation worship, and like you have 50 people singing the song.
song. Right.
I don't think me alone should sing the song. So, my soul needs the water. My
Yeah.
soul
That
needs
that need an orchestral backup
right.
kind of thing. Voices,
Feel
at least a number of voices that give you like a surround sound of
right.
harmony in the back. Yeah.
Right. So that's all right. So I envisioned the thing before. So you have to have insight as to what you want. So it's not just writing and so on. You have to visualize and conceptualize everything in your head and let it flow. And so it have that a level of impact on whomever will listen and watch. So yeah.
Well, when you put in the harmony choir together, just remember we got about 3 or 4 at Grace New Life Center who can be part
Yeah,
of that.
definitely. I mean, no, but that is what I have to do. No, I would have to do that live. That can't be
Right. Yeah, it's got to be a live thing.
a studio production. So
Right.
as soon as the melody goes in the song, I send it to different people. They can come and be a part of that live experience. So we're trying to get the place that has that sound that we do it live. It has to be live. It can't be
Right.
recorded in a, you know in a in a
Right.
in a in a, in a setting up where it's just people playing.
Because that would take that would take the spirit's flow of the anointing.
Mhm.
It would not create the atmosphere.
Right, right,
Yeah, to get the best of it.
right. So yeah.
All right. All right, man. I'm talking to Jabez, and we're just about wrapping it up, my friends. I
Yes.
thank you for joining us tonight. I thank you for joining us in this journey.
Yes,
We have
Bishop. Well, yeah, because I know I'm leaving out to New York 4 o'clock in the morning. So
we have more we have more time that we're gonna come together. All right, so my friends, thank you for
definitely,
stopping by. I'm gonna play this
we can
clip
do
for you
part
before we
two. We
go.
can do part two. Whenever the follow, we can.
Also, you bet we're gonna do part two. We're gonna and then I
People,
get more clips that we can put together.
yeah, and
But
be able to put my stuff together to
But
sing.
I promise you that I'm gonna play this song for you again before I say goodbye. So
Blessings.
my friends, thank you for joining. If you didn't share yet, you can still share. And if you're just joining, once we close it out, you can go back and listen it from the beginning. Whether
Definitely.
you're on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter, you can listen it from the beginning once we say goodbye tonight. So I'm gonna play this one for Brother Jabez. What's your last word before we play? Because now we're gonna play this, and then I'm gonna play my outro, and then we're gonna say
I just
goodbye.
want
But
to
make
say
sure.
that God bless to all your viewers and listeners. I just want to say thank them for joining and sharing the program tonight. And just remain strong. It's gonna get tougher. Not gonna get any better in terms of what you see around you. Don't expect it to be better. But but in the midst of everything, there is still a savior. I remember when Jesus was in the boat, and the storm was raging all over around, and the disciples became concerned. And
Mhm,
basically, what is happening around the world right now, and in this country and everywhere, most places, there is a wind, and things are happening in the atmosphere, not just physically but spiritually. And
mhm,
you have to
mhm.
remain steadfast in the moment of distress, and that there's still a God that is able to take you through whatever you're going through. And at the end of it, you will overcome. You'll be a conqueror. You will be an achiever, even in the midst of the famine, even in the midst of hardship, and even in the midst of war, even in the midst of uncertainty. And then we're entering into uncharted water. We see where the weather is acting up into
Yeah, it's
different
crazy,
forms right
right?
now.
It is absolutely crazy.
I mean, you could be here, and it's the first in the history of even this country. You hear that rain fall in one day, like for a month.
Yeah,
One day rain disrupt so many things, and it
yeah,
falls as if it
yeah,
was like a
yeah,
month it was falling for.
yeah.
So a lot of stuff gonna start to happen, but be be unmovable in this season. Remember, your faith is still, you got to have your faith. Don't lose faith at whatever you do, because if you're not careful, you will get up tomorrow morning and you'll be a mad person. You'll be a person that you will eat out of the garbage. Don't let the system, because all these things were promised in these days that some terrible stuff is going to happen.
And the last days
Remain
they are.
steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the word, always just be where God wants you to be. God bless you, and big up to all your viewers, Bishop Beckford. Thanks for having me on your program. I really did enjoy having this time, and then
It's
definitely
my it's my
I
pleasure
shall
to have
return.
you. It's my pleasure to have you, man, and I can't wait to have you live in concert again.
Definitely.
All right, you're gonna stay right there because we're gonna say goodbye when we say hello. When we're gonna say goodbye offline, but I'm just gonna play this for your friends and your new fans,
Big
those
them
who
up.
never heard you sing before and are hearing you sing now. And if you're just joining, I'm gonna play this again from Jabez live in concert at our local church a couple months. That was just a month and a half ago.
Yeah,
So this
yeah.
is still very fresh, and I love it, love it, love it. So here we go, and then after, but make sure before this is my goodbye. Make sure you follow me on Facebook. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel
And
and
yeah,
follow me on TikTok, and I am on TikTok. ORB Ministries is on TikTok, and if you're ticking and talking, check it out. You'll find ORB Ministries there as well. So, right, until next week, my friends, we're going to have another Let's Talk with the Doc. Let's play Jabez and take you out right after that. Have fun. Everybody wave it now. We got this idea wrong. I'm on the top. Come on. Everybody wave it, my God. Oh, God, you're more real than the ground I'm standing on. Oh, Lord, yeah. You're more real than the wind in my love. sound like we're not for heaven. One more time, come on, say. Nobody else, Lord of mercy. You got me DNA, you got me DNA. Nobody else got me DNA, you got me DNA, you got me. Everybody, somebody scream on the first side. I belong to
Well, thank you for checking in on ORB Ministries. I trust that you will share with your friends, subscribe, hit the bell for notification, and stay tuned because you never know what's next or who will join the conversation.